Good morning, my boo. What's up? My name is Jeanette, also known as Ms.FitVegan. Okay, so today is Tuesday, I think it's April 11th, 2023, and I just got back from yoga. I had 32 ounces of green juice, and now I'm gonna have breakfast. My breakfast is gonna be this papaya. I know, it looks like it's rotten. It's actually perfect. What I like to do with papaya, guys, and you already know this, is I like to ripen it and then put it in the fridge for 24 hours because I like my papaya cold. Now, this mold, it's a perfect sign. Trust me, papayas got to look overripe for them to be delicious inside. A lot of people are opening papayas way too early, and that's why they don't like them. And another thing that you need to know is that the sweetest part of the papaya is right under the seeds. So carefully take the seeds out. Very, very carefully. Okay? Now, one of my favorite things to do with papaya is to scoop a few scoops of papaya into a blender and put some frozen bananas and blend. No water needed. I just love the way that tastes. Papaya and ice cream. It's so, so, so good. And then you don't have to use any water, so it's not watery at all. It's so good. And so that's going to be my breakfast. Papaya is so good for digestion. If you're having any digestive issues, you want to get papaya in your life, into your diet. And that is that. I'm really excited. Oh, I just want to try it. It's so good. Every papaya I have is so, so, so good because I learned how to ripen it. Oh my gosh. Okay. So now I wanted to talk about this. All right. So this is a healthy Nutella. We all know Nutella is shit. Don't you dare buy it. But this is like a healthy one. It's dairy free. It's organic. It's by this company that, okay, I used to buy apple sweetener from this company. Like literally they have a sweetener that's just apples. I bought it for my restaurant because some people didn't want dates in their smoothies, so we had apple sweetener. But when you go to the back, okay, cane sugar, hazelnut paste, sunflower oil, cocoa butter, soy lecithin, vanilla extract. Interesting, right? Well, the problem with this is definitely the oil. The cane sugar, which is processed sugar, okay? The oil, processed. The soy lecithin, processed. And, well, vanilla extract has oil in it, so there's more oil. And it's not the worst thing in the world, but it's not fresh, and it's not going to add health to you. So every single thing you eat makes you healthier or harms you. I want you to understand that. Every single thing you put in your mouth either helps you or harms you. This is going to harm. This falls in the category of harming. Why? Because there's processed ingredients. Okay? Okay, great. It's palm oil free. But oil is extremely toxic. You don't want to consume any type of oil. It causes diabetes. Oil causes candida. Oil causes all types of issues, acne, and like just more serious issues too. Don't consume oil. Oil is processed and they're making money off your naivete. Is that the word? Naivete? Here's what you do instead. So every single Sunday, I make this for my best friend. It's like almost gone. Wait a minute. Oh, that's because I made this last Sunday. Okay, I got to make a new batch for her. I'm going to make it today. Maybe I'll make a video of how to make it. But anyway, it's so simple. It's just, okay, technically what you want to do, if you want to make Nutella, you want to get hazelnuts, dates, and cacao. But I didn't have any hazelnuts, so I used Brazil nuts and walnuts. Basically, you need some type of nut, okay? You can technically try it with sesame seeds or sunflower seeds. I bet you it'll still taste really good, but I always make it with walnuts or cashews or hazelnuts or not almonds. I don't like almonds because the skin, it gets grainy. Walnuts or Brazil nuts or cashews or whatever nut you want, cacao, and dates. And basically, I would put 1 cup of nuts, 1 cup of dates, and about 3 or 4 tablespoons cacao into the food processor or the blender, put some water in there and blend it up, and it makes raw vegan Nutella. So simple, so easy, 3 ingredients, okay? Now you can also add maple syrup instead of dates, but I do the dates. I told her to get rid of this. I told her to throw this away, but she refuses to throw this away. But anyway, so that's that. That's the healthy Nutella. I'm going to make some more today, all right? So maybe I'll make a video on that, actually. But I'm pretty sure I have it. There's also something else that I'm going to make for her. It's caramel. And that is just dates, Himalayan pink salt, some fresh vanilla bean, and a little bit of water. Blend that up. That makes caramel. You got your caramel. You got your Nutella. What else do you need? Dip bananas in there. Dip apples in there. Dip pears in there. Oh my gosh, so delicious. So that's it. That's the video for today. Another trick that I like to do is, of course, you guys know the trick about removing the plastic. That makes your bananas ripen faster. I don't really want these to ripen fast, so let me put the plastic back on because I have plenty of frozen bananas. But hang your bananas. Hang them if you want them to ripen faster. It works every time. So I bought this wine. It's a wine rack. It was like $1 at Goodwill, and highly recommend it. It definitely works. All right, guys, thank you very much. I'm going to be eating my breakfast. I'm going to be making another video, making the caramel and the Nutella, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Remember, oh yes, here's another thing I wanted to say real quick. First of all, you should definitely check out my podcast, the Ms.FitVegan Vegan podcast on Apple and Spotify. Hold on. It's so good. So, I wanted to remind you about your test days because I'm about to make a podcast on this. And a lot of you guys are thinking that tests are things that are happening against you, things that are happening to you, things that are getting in your way. But see, tests are things that God or the universe sends to you to prove to yourself that you can overcome that you don't have to give in to that craving, that you don't have to eat that food anymore. You see, you have to, in order to be successful, in order to break a habit, you have to prove to yourself that you can do it. And the only way to prove it to yourself is to be in the situation where you have the choice. It's almost like when you start dating someone and you guys get serious and you guys get engaged or even get married. Well, if they just stay in the house 24/7 with surveillance and you check their phone all the time and you're like really like obnoxiously monitoring their behavior, well, then they never really have the opportunity to cheat. You have to allow your partner the opportunity to be unfaithful. And that's how you know if they are your partner, if they're your life partner. Because if you give them an opportunity to cheat and they cheat, they're not for you. That's not your boo. You see, if the universe gives you an opportunity to eat chocolate cake today and you eat the chocolate cake today, you're not ready yet. No, just keep doing you, boo. You're not ready. See, you're going to go to the next phase in life. You're not ready for the results. You're not ready to lose the weight. You're not at the season in your life where you're going to see results. But you see, if somebody gives you free vegan, gluten-free chocolate cake today, and you say, you know what, thank you so much, but I'm actually not eating that anymore. Thank you so, so much. You're amazing. Wow. That is so kind of you, but I don't eat that anymore. Thank you though. Thank you so much. You see, now you've passed the test and now you're ready to get the results. You've got to do that over and over and over. And yes, there's always going to be a test in life. You're always going to get tested before you get the results. You've got to pass the test, though. You've got to pass the test. You're not going to get an A on the test if you don't pass the test, if you don't take the actions and get the answer right. I hope that makes sense. Oh, my fruit fly's back. I have this one fruit fly. Anyway, got to eat before he eats my fruit. Love you guys so much. Do you understand? Can you comment down below if you feel me on this test life? Because a lot of my clients, like, especially in the past when I used to do one-on-one, I don't do one-on-one coaching anymore. But a lot of times in the past, I got really frustrated and I stopped coaching because people would say they wanted to lose weight. They say they wanted to heal. And then what would happen is their best friend would come over with tortilla chips and salsa, and tortilla chips are something they didn't want to eat anymore because they just wanted to eat fresh, ripe, juicy, delicious fruit and veggies. They wanted to eat only healthy food. But then their friend would be eating them and they would be watching a movie together and they would be right next to them crunching. And then they would give in and they would say, okay, can I have one? Or their friend would be like, just have one. And they would do it. And then they would start eating them. And then the next day they wouldn't feel good and they'd be upset with themselves. And they would ask me what's wrong with them and how can I help them? And I would just keep reminding them that, like, I can't do anything for them because they are not ready to pass the test. They're not willing to pass the test. We always think that, like, what's going to happen is we're going to get our dream job. You're going to meet our soulmate. We're going to get the things we want and everything's going to be perfect. But what's going to happen is we're going to get the things we want and then we're going to be tested to see if we are worthy and deserving of them. If you're eating potato chips or chocolate cake or McDonald's or donuts or Beyond Beef burgers, then you're not deserving of your results. You didn't earn them. You've got to abstain from certain foods to get certain results. People want to clear their skin, but they don't want to stick to a healthy vegan diet. You're not going to get it, boo. You reap what you sow. Pass the test. Every day I get a test. Every day you get a test. Whether you pass determines whether you get the result. So write down below a story of you passing a test recently, because you're going to get tested. And there's people walking around on this earth that think that everything's going to be perfect for them, and they're not going to get tested once they become famous. Once they have the body of their dreams, they're not going to get tested. You're going to get tested. You're going to wake up and not feel like working out. You got to do it anyway. And once you pass that test, you get confidence, you get fortitude, you get strength, you get the results, you get so much more self-esteem and trust in yourself. And you get all of these things that come from making the right decision. But what you think is that what's going to happen is you're going to wake up one day and you're just not going to want chocolate cake anymore. You're not going to want to eat the whole jar of almond butter anymore. And that's not how it works. You're still going to want to eat it. But what you're going to do is you're going to learn how to ripen your damn fruit and you're going to eat fruit instead. Sometimes, like, okay, guys, I haven't, okay. There was a time in my life where I could not have something like this in the house. Okay, raw Nutella, I would eat the whole thing. I have not eaten it this year or last year or the year before. Seriously, I have not even tried it. And why? Because if I think about eating this, first of all, I put it in the back of the fridge. You know, my roommate, she likes to move it up to the front. I put it in the back so I can't see it. I put greens in front of it or cucumbers in front of it or whatever's in the fridge. Okay, so first of all, I get it out of my sight, out of mind. Number two, if I want this, you know what I do first? You know what? I'm going to have this papaya first. And then after I'm done eating this papaya, if I still want it, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make some nice cream. And sorry, it's so good. And so on and so on and so on. If I want the Nutella after the ice cream, I'm going to have a mango or a banana. Okay? Because the Nutella, for me personally, it makes me break out. Every time I have cacao, it makes me break out. So I don't eat cacao because I don't want the result of eating the cacao. I want the result of eating the fruit. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say here, my boo. If you enjoyed this episode, please do me a favor. Give it a thumb. Okay? Share it with somebody who might need it. Subscribe for more content and check out the Ms.FitVegan podcast. It is very similar to this kind of content. I'm really proud of it because I'm sharing the behind the scenes more of how I feel and what's going on with me in my life, and hopefully things that can inspire you to choose better options every day. And no, you don't have to be perfect, but see, if you're a food addict, you're not going to be able to just have a tiny bit. See, my best friend, she can have a tiny bit. She's not a food addict. I love you guys. I thank you so much for listening. If you're going to make this and you know you're going to eat the whole thing, don't even fucking make it. Don't even make it. Like, if I lived alone, I wouldn't make this kind of shit. But I do it for my best friend. And I love you guys so much. And thanks for listening. And I'll see you in the next episode. Bye, boo.